Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Rome Total War here today on the channel. We're back on the Emperor edition of the game. We're playing on the DEI Divide et Impera mod. We're playing as the Roman Republic. This is episode 7. In today's episode we're going to be declaring war upon Massalia. I have sent one legion with Polo and Decimus Dento and a third. So we have 3 full stacks pushing towards Massalia with Consul Medulinus Fullo. So we're going to be declaring war upon them. They've actually formed a nice little pocket here towards Tolosa and Narbo. So this will start the eventual domino effect of the conquest of Gaul. Rufus here is currently hanging out in Corellas after we took that out in the last episode against the Carthaginians. Quintus Aemilianus Pappus, the head of the family, the faction of our tree, and the consul, the head honcho, I like to call him. He's getting prepared to go after Carthage's allies, because they do have a lot of territory in Africa, Iberia, and off the coast, but striking their puppets is the play, because there's a bit of a buffer zone. So we're going to negotiate with the Helvetii Swiss to join a war against Massalia, because they do have a couple of alliances and stuff we want to get around of, so we'll try and get this done here. Maybe money's not the best thing, but anyway, thank you very much for joining us in today's video. Leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on. Let me know in the comments feedback and suggestions for the series and where you'd like me to expand and conquer. So they have 2 full stacks on the border here. Fullo, the consul with the main army, is now pushing up. And okay, so we might be able to phase one of these guys out with a night attack. So let's push Fullo up. So he is tremendously outnumbered, but if I go night attack, we're going to be fighting one-on-one. I'm going to accept this challenge. So we'll do a quick save and a hard save, and we'll fight this one on the battlefield. Okay, the thing is, right, the problem with night battles on YouTube, they can be really quite dark, so I might have to, in post, add some brightness. But welcome to the Battle of Massalia, 259 BC. We've sent Medulinus Aemilianus Fullo, the dual consul of Rome. He is Quintus' adopted heir and son. He will eventually be the head of the family. We've still got Marcus Antonius, who is Quintus's biological son. And I guess he'll rule after Quintus dies. So we currently have in this army build, 6 units of Principes, 3 Triarii, 5 Slingers. The infantry has bronze chevron, while the slingers have silver. My Equitates, or my Equites, are going to be sitting on the left and right, and we also have a ballista. Yeah, so instead of you can go into the settings and change the brightness of battles, but then I'm going to have to do that every time I fight a night one. So what I think I'll do, because it actually looks fine for me on my PC when I've got a huge monitor in 1080p and 60 frames or whatever it is, and 144 Hertz. But for some reason when the video gets rendered out and then when it gets uploaded to YouTube, night battles are really hard to see. So what I'll do is I'll just, in the settings when I'm editing my videos, believe it or not I do, I have to edit the intro, the outro, and the watermark in the bottom left. I might actually talk about that, because that's actually an interesting thing. Yeah, I might have to make things pop so you can actually see it. So I might have already done it. I'm assuming I have, because it's just that the way we have to sort of adapt on this, because the compression rate on YouTube darkens stuff a lot. But yeah, I kind of wish there was lightning strike. Now, if you from Warhammer, if you play Warhammer 2, you'll know this. There's a ability called lightning strike, which allows you to fight battles one-on-one. It's basically the same mechanic as night battles, but it lets you fight it in the day, so that you could actually see. So we're going to be using the triple axis formation once again. My artillery's going to bombard. We'll try and get my skirmishers to go again. So this is our first fight against a different Hellenic faction that's not Epirus. So they're charging us here with hoplites. Let's try and focus them and run them down from whence they came. They do have a decent amount of cavalry. I don't like that companion cavalry because although they thrive in hoplites, the Hellenic factions, their cavalry should be feared. That's not too bad of a rolling shot, but it could have been better. I've had to... Okay, we'll countercharge this heavy shock, because my equites are only medium. We do sort of lack amazing cavalry early on. So, I've moved my triarii out of their defensive formation where they would usually sit and plug gaps, but they're going to have to deal with cavalry. If I can interlock their equites with my cavalry, their cavalry with my equites, my spearmen should be able to come in and help. Well, can you move back, please? My skirmishers are getting way too close to their charging front line. Okay, we'll send the triarii to go against their heavy melee cavalry. Yeah, I knew they had good cavalry, but I'm actually surprised, like, how much, like, how different they are. So we're going to try and hold where we can. Lucius Varenus, hold that damn line. But the Massalians are looking to push here. Shield walls are up. Hold, brace men. And we're in our fantastic, realistic, and historically realism formation. And now we're getting surrounded and still holding off the Massalian / Barbarian Scourge. Massalia is a really cool and interesting faction. I quite like the Hellenic outposts scattered around the world. They're always like, because sometimes like the battlefields in Greece. Oh no, I've hit a lot of my men there. Yeah, there we go. This is what we want. Try and pepper this we can. The reload speed, I don't know why, is just crazy at the moment. So I'm actually better off, apart from the random shot that sometimes happens. I'm better off manually firing this because we're getting so many kills at this open unit. Yeah, sometimes in Greece you sort of, once you take it, you just tend to get drawn eastward. Which you only can reforge Alexander's empire and honour his legacy so much. Having those outposts in Cameria and the Crimea, in Sicily, in Syracuse, and in essentially modern day Marseille, southern France, Monaco, in Massalia. They're also like slightly different as well. They have more barbarian units at their disposal. They're not sort of the pure blood Hellenic reforms, you could say. So we're actually kind of struggling on this. We might need to send over a spear triarii infantry. So we'll do that then. Okay, skirmishers. We'll try and get you to target where you can. We're actually winning on this left-hand side against their cavalry, which is fantastic. And my Principes are still holding out from the swarm. But I've got to be careful, because if you guys can remember when fighting... We should have an easier time fighting the Hellenic factions than the barbarians. Oh, excuse me, but there's sometimes barbarian units intertwined into Massalia's roster. So, the barbarian, heavy infantry, sort of the shock units, when there's about 5 to 6 of them, they swarm a... This is an early Principe unit, so things technically might change stat-wise towards the late-tier Principe units. But yeah, those heavy barbarians, once surrounded, they do carve them up quite easily. But so far, we're performing tremendously well in this battle, just due to the low attack and high defense rate of the Principes... Sorry, the hoplites that are pushing us. We're carving up this companion cavalry here. Those lancers frighten me, just looking at that. And the men are wavering. We should be able to hold on in some aspects. It's basically at the front there. We'll rally to try and hold them in place, which has worked instantly. Inspire your troops when you're in a comfortable position. Rally when they start wavering. So the Massalians here are still trying to push us through the thick of it. They're sending cavalry in as well. But our disciplined, heavy armoured, amazing units are holding on here. But we've actually been completely surrounded there. And they're probably going to fall. We'll allow this third spare triarii unit that wasn't set to deal with cavalry to form disciplined formation and plug the gaps. We'll get everyone to try and shoot into this. I might actually try and get a shot myself there because there's a lot of units clumping up there and that unit's just been routed. Fire everything! So that's a wayward shot, even though I didn't really change the trajectory too much. They're now starting to rout. Oh my god, look at this. I actually kind of love playing with Ballista Weekend. It sort of turns into like a first-person sort of shooter a little bit. So, I don't know why they're so close. And the reload speed is nuts as well. We are burning through our ammunition, but it's working well. Why are they so close, yet not attacking me? This is strange. This is like clearly bugged. We're shooting them. Look at the arc as well. There's like no arc. I'm not even moving my cursor, but I think every couple of shots is a random shot trajectory. I'm actually starting to crumble a little bit on this line. 2 units of Principes have fallen. I don't know why exactly. Maybe because heavy melee, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. There's a couple units stat-wise that are carving us up. My general's getting attacked, so let's try and pull Medulius Fullo out. But I remember in the past, I can't remember who it was, but someone used to write little like paragraph stories about my campaigns. Maybe we should bring that back somehow, because that was incredibly enjoyable to read. I posted them a lot on the Discord and the community tab and stuff. I can't remember what it was for though. It must have been for, I can't remember. Was someone pair someone? Maybe. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, there was little paragraphs. I think there was a Hoy one where our soldiers got trapped in Darwin, saving Simpzy's privates. I think that was a story that got written out once, which is funny. But yeah, it'd be really cool. Maybe I should write some biographies on Quintus Aemilianus Harpus, the conqueror of Epirus, the Cisalpine Gauls, the Etruscans, and you can't forget Fullo. Fullo Africanus, who took Carthage and is eyeing up the Numidians now, but he's quickly been sent north to deal with the Massalians. Okay, so we're cycle charging against the last of them here. It seems to be not too badly lit. Like some night battles are like really, really dark. Especially in like, I think Barbarian Invasion for Rome 1 was like notorious for that. But there seems to be a lot of torchlight, which I'm assuming is a DEI thing. So they're wavering back and forth. The general unit's still holding out. We might need to try and focus upon them and get them all to target him, because he seems to be sitting in a phalanx formation, turtled up and rarely moving, which in hindsight you probably should have focused on him. I sort of forget sometimes that you really should, once they get in range, get all your skirmishers to try and focus on the general, because if you can wipe him out, it's a massive, massive army morale penalty to the enemy. But so far, we've been alright. We did lose 2 units, but we're going to be able to win this one here today. And we'll try and cycle charge in with our equites where we can. So the first battle of Massalia has nearly won. They have a fair few armies, which is great to see. Usually Massalia is a tough city to take, especially now that it's 3 province strong. They did well. They carved out the Gauls towards Tolosa, and they actually had a decent military alliance. But they will all fall to Rome. I just kind of hope the Averni are built up once we push north, because they don't actually have Berta Gala, and they seem on the back foot. So we just need to get rid of their general. We'll try and cycle charge in and out again. Hey, we got victory. A close one. So they only outnumbered us by about 600. 400 kills with the ballista, 100, 200 with the slingers. Wow, some of my Principes that were absolutely exhausted got heaps of kills. But we've managed to 1v1 their army and honestly completely destroy it. And now there's a second army in. Okay, well, let's deal with the remaining stragglers. Okay, just have to do a save after that battle, because it was a really good result. Okay, so there's only one full stack here. I could allow Fullo to commander, but we'll just have to see. We've got Dento and Apollo who are at full strength. So let's move up Apollo. And, okay, so we'll be able to auto-resolve this one out with Apollo, a member of our family, not in our tree. Dento and Fullo aren't in. Remember the name Emilianus. That is the name of our house. So, if you see a general with the middle name Emilianus, what's technically the last name, I guess, they are of our family tree, and they are a descendant of either Fullo or Quintus. Right. Let's move in and try and finish off the Massalians here. We're actually going to be able to draw out the garrison. Is it worth it? Sure. So we've managed to... I reckon that's it. I don't reckon the Massalians are probably going to come back from this. Decisive victory. 7,000 Romans have crossed the border and are going to siege the modern-day city of Marseille at the top of the turn once we have movement points again. So Fullo has had a successful invasion for now. Okay, we've actually been surprised attacked here by a group of Massalians. They've actually brought some more armies up. We'll retreat to a better position, but it's the AI essentially cheating and spawning armies once again. So we'll pull back and we'll try and divide and conquer them. So they brought up another 2 stacks. They had 4 stacks. They actually had more armies than me. They're going to try and do some champion agent action here. So hopefully we don't lose the general. And now they've pulled back to Massalia. Okay. A son comes of age. Yeah, here we go. This is the man I was talking about. Marcus Aemilianus Antonius. Mark Antony, as I like to call him. So, he is currently 3rd in line of the house and will someday be the future consul. I'm definitely going to try and roleplay him as the Mark Antony that's born like 200 years from now. Basically, so he's bald. He's 16. Oh no, we might have to call him good old Lex Luthor or something. Mark Lex. Well, I guess because yeah, technically Lex is shortened from Alexander, isn't it? You forget that. So Mark Alexander Antony. A couple of these unit portraits, the household portraits here, are actually from like Spartacus. I just recognised that Australian guy there. So we'll try and marry him off. He will be eventually our 3rd consul. Well, if nothing happens to him, that is. Okay, guys, welcome to the top of the turn. So we've managed to subdue most of the Massalians here. We're going to start up another front here with Quintus Pappus against the Numidians. Let's move away from Thapsos. Thepas, I think it's Thepas and some other time. Marcus Antonius Aemilianus, we can bring into the army now. So we'll get him fighting. So Quintus is fighting with his firstborn son. They're going to be invading the Numidians. A worthy enemy, loyal to Carthage, and good old Pappus, Papa Quintus, is going to show Mark Antony the ropes. So Capspa, we're going to push against the... It's like Massalia, I think that's how you say it, technically. I tend to call it Massalia sometimes because some of these names, it's like Cilicia, Salacia, it's all same to me. As long as you know what I'm roughly talking about, it's alright. Right. Because I don't catch myself saying it half the time. It's not intentional, I promise. Or maybe I am. Maybe I'm just gaslighting everyone. Maybe that's the play. Right, we'll move in here against Massalia. Let's move that in. Yeah, so they came out, and then they just abandoned their unit. Oh, they're trying to cheekily draw him out. Well, hang on a minute. If I just go with a knight attack... Okay, that doesn't exactly work. Because that's not the best army. So... let's retreat with you, and then move that other army down. Or... actually, no, I know what better. So phase out this, because you can go with a knight attack easy. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to siege the city. So, you can't... yeah, night attack doesn't work. We're going to... yeah, well, that's going to be a loss. So, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to block the city. Yeah, so if Fullo can siege it out, then would get better odds in fighting that. Right, now you've got... there we go, that's what I wanted. I knew there was a way around it. Sweet. And that was actually a tremendous auto resolve in our favour. Far out, you got to give it to Massalia. They were fighting to the absolute bitter end here, and if Fuller was to attack this, yeah, we'd be able to officially finish them off. Okay, let's take the city of Massalia. We must invade Massalia. Oh god, I love that trailer about Hannibal pushing over the Alps. He's in Massalia. We must invade it. He's in Greece with the Macedonians. No, he's not a threat. And then it cuts to him coming over the Alps with his elephants. Man, oh man, there's some really good CA trailers for Rome too. I recommend watching them for nostalgia. Okay, so we'll replenish and repair, and then we'll push towards Toulouse, Tolosa, and secure southern Gaul / France for the Romans. Let's get those mercs in as well. Okay, guys, welcome to the top of the turn. It's 2:58 in spring, and I would say that the Massalians are incredibly on the back foot at the moment. We'll encircle here, and we'll bring another army up. We're basically just trying to push it to the limit. And let's try and finish them off. So, we might need to move up. They like blocked me with agents or something. That's so weird. I just wanted reinforcements because we can get more favourable odds in an auto resolve. We might need to bring up some like Riorii just to spam out auto resolve sometimes, because that's a viable strategy. Which one has more of the remaining forces? I just want to try and get rid of them, because we can always replenish and repair and get units back. Because the auto resolve in DEI, you always tend to lose 1 or 2 units anyway, which is fine. It's a clear, it's just an incentive for you to play the battles. But I don't have 120 hours to play a Roman campaign. So maybe we need a couple of auto-resolve armies. Because I'd like to try to play the cool, the interesting, the battles as we invade a province and an area. And the battles that need to be fought. But sometimes it's actually a viable strategy just to auto-resolve stuff. Especially sieges. So we've got another army here, Legion 5, recruiting more forces to bring over. So we have 3 depleted legions in Massalia, while the rest of our armies, 3, sit in Africa. And we have a 7th, Legion 5, eventually on the way. Okay, let's continue on with the invasion of Tolosa. Summon out 58 BC. So we're really just pushing the last of these mercs and barbarians of what we recruited. But that's cool as well. As you push into a province, you take casualties, you can't replenish and repair. You've got to rely on the local conscripts. So we should be able to defeat Massalia here now. They should be all over Red Rover. Let's loot and occupy as well to get that good old nice 12k, and we're basically going to be sitting here in the province of Narbo for quite some time. So we've beaten the Massalians here, and we've taken our first 3 cities in Gaul. We'll try and get some barbarians. There's also even some Massalian colonists here that we can bring up. But Massalia has fallen to the Romans in 258 BC. So we've still got Italy, Sardinia, and Corsica, and we've still got the province of Africa. And Quintus Aemilianus Pappus and his son Mark Antony have taken Saspis. We still need to push against the last of the Numidians here, and then I guess we'll redeclare war upon Carthage. Tech-wise, we'll go with concrete. We need to get those aqueducts in as well as quickly as possible. We might actually have time here today to open up another front against the Numidians, but this is what we currently occupy from now. From Africa to Carthage to the city of Rome itself. And back up to Massalia. Okay, welcome to the top of the turn. It's 254 Winter BC. So, skipped a little bit ahead. We have 3 legions down here. We have Mark Antony ready to push against the Numidians. We also have Quintus Aemilianus Pappus, the consul, with Legion 1. And we've got Varus here as well, coming to help out. Not a family member, but another noble. Mark Antony, of course, is the son. Gannicus Vespasian, Quintus' second son, has now come of age. He also has a third son as well, Spurus. And he has another son as well, Dentus Silo. Apollo is Fullo's son. And we've got a lot of family members to come. So we'll try and get all of the men of House Aemilianus to serve, because I want them to earn the gravitas. So that Legion 5 is been constructed, and we've got another 2 over here holding up in Massalia. We've managed to replenish and repair. So let's open up another front. We're not at war with anyone. We've burned a fair few turns between the conquest of Massalia. So to go to war against the Numidians, we're going to negotiate with the Delmate usurpers, which occupy Illyria. Or not. Maybe we have to find someone else. Maybe they don't want under their work. Yeah, it went through. We just didn't really get anything for it. Quintus Aemilianus Pappus is now pushing in. And we'll move you there. We need to get rid of this vassal buffer zone that's being created between us and the remaining Carthaginian territories. So Quintus is going in with Varus. Varus! Where are my legions? Right. And now that's been taken. Okay. We'll replenish and repair where we can, and then we'll move Mark Antony to Dimity. I think that's how you say it. Move my spy just in case as well. War with Carthage is probably going to erupt again, so we need to see if they try and counter-punch us as we invade the Numidians. Okay, guys, welcome to the top of the turn. Mark Antony can come in here and take the last of them out. Oh, maybe not. Oh. That's cheeky. How does that work? So it's like not in my favor, but if I go aggressive, 70% of my army goes through? Yeah. Why wouldn't I just do that? That's incredibly deceiving. It's always worth to check. So guys, on that note, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching episode 7 of the DEI Rome 2 Let's Play. We've had a massive episode here today. We have conquered Massalia. We have conquered most of the Numidians now. Now we actually border with Carthage in West Africa. So, in the next episode, we're going to replenish, repair. We're going to burn some more turns. We've rebuilt our armies. They're not too bad. We can definitely open up another front against the Carthaginians. So we'll try and push them in West Africa. We'll also try and... I think it's probably... Where we are now, we probably can push and encircle Carthage from the north. We'll have a look towards the Gauls in the north. You never know. We might be able to snatch Bertigala because the Arverni have an... like, I thought at this time period now, especially between how many turns we've burnt, you would think that Arverni would be a dominant force in Gaul. You'd think that Massalia is still probably holding off because it's a tough city to take, but you'd think the Arverni would have Bertigala, maybe even Tolosa, maybe even territory in Iberia, but they haven't. They are still up in the north. They're still very much a fractured and frightened tribe. So we're probably going to have to deal with them. So we're basically now just trying to focus on securing the Western Empire, because Carthage is such a pain. Like 7 episodes in, the Punic Wars are still going. Like they're such a hard faction to subdue, because yeah, they did lose. They were sort of smacked by the Iberians historically a lot after the Romans sort of smashed them in Africa as well. But yeah, we'll continue against them. We'll basically try and forge the Western Roman Empire where we can. I think we'll try and take... I think it's like the way we're going. Africa, Gaul, Iberia. Then as we're sort of pushing into Britannia, we'll try and simultaneously push into Greece. We don't have to push over the River Rhine and fight the Germanic Swabi tribes, which is good. It's always a nightmare pushing that way anyway. So it's good that we don't have to do that. We still might try and fight them on the board. I'm sure they're going to try and press and harass, but I'll try not to push over the River Rhine historically. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos on the channel. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series, and if you'd like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.